Do it.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, and welcome to Lactic Acid. I'm your host, Dominique Smith, and today I have the literal living legends on screen on this episode. They are the Laverne and Shirley, the Rory and Lorelai, the Lucy and Ethel of everything that is good, pure, not just with running, but with life, liberty, and the pursuit of unhealthy food and great things ahead. And they are going to talk about their book. And we're going to have some fun on here. All through, no filler. That's how we roll. My friend Shannon Rowbury, Olympic medalist. Shannon Rowbury and the GOAT, the best PT in the world. Debate your mama, cousin, all them. Jess Dorrington, what's going on, my friends? How you doing?
That was a
Woohoo!
better
Thanks for
intro.
having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Listen, it's the
That might
truth.
be the
Like,
best intro we've ever had.
Yeah,
I mean, just like they taught us in journalism school, the truth never expires. That's just kind of how we roll in here. We always tell truth and not a lie, because who has time for that, you know? So we just had to really just promote you how you deserve. Now, I wish I could give you that promotion everywhere you go. Actually, maybe I should go. So I saw that there's a watch party or a launch party.
true. Yes, there is.
Uh, can I come? I can give you
Uh,
that introduction though.
Everyone is welcome. We have a few launch parties actually. In San Francisco, I'll be doing one when our book Strong as a Mother comes out February 17th, and partnering with Sports Basement, Green Apple Books, and Run Club SF, and some other organizations, local clubs. So that'll be our San Francisco launch. I'll be in Durham, North Carolina, for Women's Weekend at Duke that same week. And we'll be in Portland in early March, doing some events there. And we're trying to plan some events in other parts of the country as well. So, any running specialty stores or people who might want us to come join, definitely reach out, because the most fun about this whole process of making the book has been kind of interacting with the people we created it for, and sharing the news about it, and why being active in pregnancy is something we should encourage and support our moms in doing. So yes, please come join us.
The only problem is, Dominique, I'm also having a launch party on February 17th. So we're going to have to split you. Like somehow
True.
you're going to have to be in two worlds at the same time. But I'm having one with our company, actually, Therapeutic Associates. It's going to be at my clinic. We're going to celebrate with all the moms that we've gotten to actually live this world with together, and all the patients who have been part of our community for over 2 decades. I know that dates me a little bit, but and then all my partners in our company who are just super excited about us being able to level up what's happening in the medical space here. So you're gonna have to split your time there, but Powell's is a huge one on March 5th. I mean, Powell's bookstore is like the iconic bookstore. I think they're the largest Googled bookstore in the country. I might have to check my research on that, but long story short, they're having us out for an author signing on March 5th. Shan's flying in. Her and I are gonna have a big celebration together in person live.
I'm not gonna lie, I could do video chats to introduce you guys in the respective events. I may have to
Okay.
pull up. Yeah, listen, shout out to technology with the capital T. Shout out to Green Apple Books. I don't know. I was thinking about that. That's my favorite flavor of Jolly Rancher, so I know that they do great things as well as Powell too. Um, so just had to give them a shout out. I may have to go to Portland because yes, the book and what you guys are doing is great, but I was watching a food reviewer and there's this place in Portland that sells this seafood. It's like Southern heaven. They had a shrimp BLT. And so, I may be introducing you with some food in my hand, a microphone in the other,
I was
but we're
gonna
gonna
say
make it
Mike in
happen
one
for you.
hand.
Yeah, you. What kind of food are we looking for? So, do you know the name of this restaurant?
It's somewhere on Mississippi Avenue or something like
Ooh,
that.
Mississippi is you're talking good food on
Yeah.
Mississippi.
It's like JJ's. It's like a food truck.
All right, you're
Um,
coming out. We're going there, and we'll take you. I mean, we went out for happy hour on Saturday night, and it's like foie gras was on the menu and it was divine. It's like anywhere you go, it's like superb food all the way down, every genre, every type and style. So we need to we were just saying we need to hit up a few more of them now that COVID has like reopened everything. So
It's called Jay's Cuts and Wraps.
Jay's
Um,
Cuts and Wraps,
yes,
cool.
Okay,
also
you're
it's
near Portland. Chase Cuts and Wraps.
yes, and also it's foie gras, that undercooked steak that they be putting on French fries and call it masterpiece.
No,
It's more like
Oh,
liver,
duck.
duck. It's
Ew.
the duck.
duck liver. Yep, I mean it is so good.
Okay, so let's
I'll
start.
convince you when you come out.
I, you're gonna have to do a great job of that because ooh,
We can call it
duck.
the undercooked steak and just pretend, and then you can taste it
Yeah.
inside.
Actually, my 11-year-old can cook you steak. That's actually my favorite restaurant. He loves to cook a medium rare steak, like you like on pan seared and tons of butter. I mean, it is divine. So we can start here with appetizers and then move on.
Oh, okay. So we party hopping. So let me before I ask the opening question, I have to say these two were superstars at TRE. Shannon and I
Mm.
went party hopping though, and walked like 2.5 miles back to our hotels after. Just I was so sad that you had to leave. Let me tell you something. I figured out what the frick happened. So on the dance floor, I like t did some to my T-band trying to do the stanky leg. So as
Oh,
long as like we
yeah.
stretch before we start doing this food, because food will make you dance too when it's good and fresh and unhealthy, then that's just kind of how we need to roll. So listen, I always say we're gonna go food hopping, but we'll probably be back by 8:30 because we're all tired.
That's perfect. Any party that ends before 9 is my cup of tea.
Well, let's talk about a cup of tea because you guys are doing amazing things. And so, because you guys are so amazing, because it's the new year and because it's the month of love and celebration, a couple things are going to be done for you.
Oh.
So, because Shannon already had one promotion, we have to switch it up because she can't have the same promotion, which will leave me asking her the same question. So, Jess,
Mm.
we're going to start with you.
Ooh.
So, for you, the first thing that's going to be done. So back in the day, there was a movie called Spy Kids. Y'all young kids don't know none about that. And in that movie, they were in a cave. And in that cave, when they were hungry, they pulled out a little wallet, put it in a microwave, bam, a McDonald's supersized Big Mac fries and a Coke popped up. So the same thing is going to be done for you, but this time you get a chance to choose the food that you want to be included and had in this meal. For Shannon, back in the day, further than that, there was a movie called Matilda.
Oh, yeah.
Matilda was the homegirl, and so she was frying chicken at 2 years old, something that we were not so blessed to have accomplished in our lives. But Matilda had superpowers. She had different superpowers. And so for one day, you get a chance to channel your inner Matilda, but you get a chance to choose the superpower that you wish to have. And for the both of you, we are in the season of awards. We have the Grammys, the Oscars, all that crap, Tonys, all of that. You get a chance to choose which award show you want to go to, and you can pick anybody, any actor, any musician to be your plus one. So, for Shannon, I need this Matilda superpower. Jess, I need this meal, and then I need the awards that you guys will choose and who you want to go with. Jess, you go first.
Food's a toss up. If I have to eat it every day in this like meal, I'm gonna go pure Mexican food. I could eat Mexican food all day long. You can change it up. I don't care if it's a burrito or if it's nachos, but all those same foods, combine them, that's like my favorite meal. So I go with Mexican. And if you want to top it with some steak, steak's always on the top of my list.
Yum. Um, okay, so mine was superpower. I've always thought that if I there's so many things I would love to do, but then I get worried I'm getting hurt. So I guess it would be just being invincible. So for a day I could like skydive or bungee jump or like go really fast doing something, knowing that neither I nor anyone around me would get hurt by what I'm doing. Because I love that adrenaline and that thrill, but it's my, trying to be wise that doesn't do that stuff as often. Um, and then, okay, and then we have to do awards events. So no, no doubt for me, it would have to be Oscars because I was a English theater film major in college, and my master's was film studies, women's studies. So being at the Oscars is has always been a dream, and I would probably there's so many incredible actors and actresses I'd love to spend time with, but I think, if I look at Reese Witherspoon and how she is not only a talented, impressive actress, but has her own production company and book clubs and like just a visionary, like thought of creating that career path for herself in at a time when there weren't really role models for it. Anyone who kind of does something visionary, I'm so impressed by. So Oscars with Reese Witherspoon would be my bucket list.
I'm gonna also follow suit, Shannon. I just getting to dress up for the Oscars would be amazing. I love to glam it up. The more glitter, the more gold, the more excited I get. So I want to pick a really fun outfit. And I don't have any reason for this, but like if I had to have picked, Morgan Freeman is just like my favorite actor of all time, and that would have been like iconic to just hang out with Morgan Freeman. No more than just I grew up every movie when I was a kid was like, oh, Morgan's in it, it's got to be good.
Nice.
What's the best? First of all, let me roll back to Shannon real quick because
It's like I just took in a lot of things. Let's unpack.
let's unpack. No, but for real, I know you do a lot of great things, but that film degree, you still got it. Like she directed our little mini film at TRE, and I'm like, I don't know what the frick to do. And Jess like, listen to her. She got a degree, and I was like, all right, doctor, my bad, and everything. But for the both of you, before we jump onto this book, what is the best Reese Witherspoon film, and what is the best Morgan Freeman film?
Oh gosh.
I gotta think about this too.
I mean, um, is it what's the Johnny Cash? Is it Walk the Line where she sings? She's like his anyway, Reese Witherspoon can sing. She can also make my 8-year-old daughter and I and my husband laugh watching Legally Blonde. So the range, uh, was it Cruel Intentions as well? I mean, the woman's got such range. Right now, her production company, my friend from college, my teammate, Billy Kennedy, has written episodes for the morning show, which is produced by Hello Sunshine. So it's like literally what can she not do? But those are some of the high points in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I'd say for Morgan, probably my two favorite. Shawshank Redemption was a huge movie. I mean, that's just been a huge classic. And then the movie about the seven sins. I actually can't remember the name of the title. But do you remember the seven sins?
Is it seven?
Sevens, right?
Or something like that. The one that's like super creepy but really well done.
It's super creepy but really well done, and I hate anything that's creepy. Like I didn't even want to watch Stranger Things. Like I'm late to the party on Stranger Things. My family and I just started it, but I was like, no, I don't want to watch it. It's like creepy. But Sevens, for some reason, like I loved as a kid, and was one that I could tolerate watching.
Reese Witherspoon, I would say, I like Four Christmases with her and Vince Vaughn
Yes.
because it was so stupid, but it was really good. And then it tied it all together. Big Morgan, who
Big Morgan.
I'm leaning towards Lean on Me.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then Bruce Almighty
Hmm.
when he played God. Um,
Yes.
which is kind of funny because I think he's an atheist or something like that. I don't know. But he did a good job playing the Lord, so more power to him. So I
Does
mean,
he
to
act anything to just
I forgot about that movie. That's been a long time. I might have to watch that one this weekend.
Lean on Me was, yeah, that was legit. But I mean, those are two phenomenal answers. I cannot refute the brilliance of them. I can't even refute the brilliance of the purpose of you coming on this show, which is this wonderful book that you guys. First of all, let me say, from one non-legend to two phenomenal legends. Also, before I say that, I thought you were going to say you were going to use Matilda's powers to go and get that gold medal early or that medal upgrade early so we could celebrate earlier when you got to wait till LA 28 because it's just going to be a lot of traffic there anyway. But I understand. I understand. Peace
I
and
like
love.
that.
Yeah. Just
But then we can plan the food scene in LA, right? We've got some time to plan what this like food train is going to look like.
we're
Yeah, we
going to
have to have
Harold's. Yeah, we're going to
big
Harold's and
LA
Bell's.
party in
Yes, we're gonna
2026.
have a party at Harold's and Bell's. Because they Louisiana, brother could
Yum.
get a chicken plate and then I could get some gumbo and all that stuff on the side. Then we're going to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. We're gonna have that catered while we celebrate
Ooh, I like it.
the medal. But back to the point at hand. Congratulations on this book that
Thanks.
drops soon and very soon. If you want a good read for 2026, y'all need to read this. If you are a female athlete, if you are a coach, and you have female athletes that kind of line up with the audience of this book, go ahead and get yourself a copy. Like, go ahead. Like, make sure you do that. But I wanted to congratulate you both on this and the success that is to come from it. For those who don't know, if you guys could so eloquently tell us about this book in your own words, I give you the floor. Because sometimes Google be tripping, but when it comes from the main source, that's what we need to hear. So tell us about this book.
I will start by saying Strong as a Mother is absolutely an essential resource that everyone needs to navigate pregnancy and postpartum. And the clinician side of me, everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves to be able to walk into a store and for, I think the book's $18, to be able to get the knowledge that is oftentimes given in 10 to 12 PT sessions. Sometimes people can't afford it through healthcare. And we shouldn't have to run into our OB offices and be like, can I exercise? Can I do this? Can I do that? And it just gives women the knowledge and the power and just basic information that should be kind of a rite of passage to go with being pregnant and postpartum. And so that's really where our heart was when we designed this, was how do we get this information out that, Shannon and I got to work together and she was able to kind of learn and glean some of that information, but how do we get that out to the masses where every woman gets the same knowledge at their fingertips so that they can make their own healthcare choices?
Yeah. I think, we really, been 9 years in the making. This is each of our third baby. But it took a lot longer to bring into the world. But we wanted to create a resource that takes you from the day you get pregnant till 12 weeks postpartum and is designed in a way, the book is color coded. It has, each color coded trimester has information about what's happening to your body, as well as exercises you can do to support those changes. There's a birthing preference plan to help moms prepare for birth and to help understand positions and what interventions might be offered, so they can think about them beforehand, ways their partners can support them. And then postpartum, we have a 30-day pelvic floor routine and two 12-week programs, one for cardio and one for strength and conditioning. It was this labor of love was something that grew out of a felt need. I think both of us in our own experiences wished we had a resource that we could look to that was, medically backed, clinically researched, and easy to follow. and pretty and beautiful, because women deserve all that. And like Jess said, luckily for me, I was able to find her. But I remember thinking, if I'm a three-time Olympian and it's this hard for me to find this information, and my fellow like elite athletes are struggling to find this information, how impossible must it feel for, and the rest of the moms out there? And so we decided, we wanted to be, we would make the book we wish we had. But along the way, we just kept hearing from agents and publishers like, nobody wants this book. There's no market for this book. And it was the moms that kept saying, we need this now. We're really excited to bring Strong as a Mother into the world, to hopefully provide a resource that empowers mothers with information and tools. And there's a part of me, I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that's really excited and hopeful that we can prove the publishing industry wrong and say, you didn't believe we needed this book, but women deserve this book. They want this book. And really, hopefully the success of it will just show that more tools, more resources need to be made.
Shannon talks about it being labor of love. We finished it on Labor Day, which I think is so fitting, right? Because over and over, the publishing industry, they take breaks, right? They're strategically deciding when they give their books to their authors. Well, guess what? That always pairs with holidays. So for the last year, Shannon and I have given up. It's like, oh, it's Thanksgiving week. Here's the book for you to review while their team is away. You as an author are reviewing it. And so I kind of want to prove it to my family too. I don't know about you, Shan, but it's like they gave so much of our time away from them on the holidays that it's proving to them too, they gave up these small moments that are now helping them and impacting so many people. And, that's something to cherish.
I was gonna wait to talk about the haters. But since we're already there's, the apostle known as Aubrey Graham, the young generation knows him as Drake, said that he had to work with all the negatives to make for better picture.
Mm-hmm.
And for you all, it seems like you had to do just that. And I don't know if people hated on it because they didn't understand it and then they didn't care to understand it. But it seems like there was some mountains and some valleys that you guys had to overcome and to go through in order to put this in, a place where people could benefit from it. There's a show back in the day called NES Declassified School Survival Guide. And it was such a great, and if you watch the show, this is peak Disney, way back in the day. But it was a survival guide of how to survive middle school. This is a survival guide of how to take that next step and go forth and do amazing things continuously after pregnancy. Talk about kind of that journey of overcoming all the odds when it comes to people having negative things to say, the naysayers, the haters, the just all of that from your own words. Because I can't tell the story like you can, and nobody knows what it took to get to this point. So shout out to all the haters because it made the moment sweeter. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
Or as Taylor Swift would say, isn't it romantic? All the how much you like.
I would say it really all of it sums up to you can do anything with passion. And pairing together with Shan, so one of us would have a bad week and it's like, oh my gosh, is this ever gonna get off the table? And the other one would be like, no, we got this. We just got to power through this one, tedious task and we're going to get past it and look what it's going to do in the world. And we just fed off each other that way. And I think, Shan's Olympic spirit, you don't do anything at less than what do we decide being an Olympian is? 0.0001% of the world or something. That's the mentality Shan brought to this. And it fueled us so much even from the get-go when you were like, this needs to exist in the world. And there were times we laid it down and we said, okay, we've got to kind of just sit with where we are and let things kind of navigate until somebody's ready for it or until a publisher is ready for it. But I think the passion from both of us kind of fueled it to be where it is today. And then you didn't look at any of the negativity.
And like the passion, I think between, this spark that came in 2017 when I was pregnant and we were working together, but then that passion was fueled by that community, the ones that Jess sees every day and that her 60 practitioners see every day, and which is why her practice is thriving. She has 2 clinics in Portland. Um, and, for me, being out in the world, interacting with other active adults, active parents, and every time I felt like I wanted to give up, I would just talk about what we were trying to make. First, it was kind of shy and nervous because there was a part of me that was starting to believe what the literary agents and publishers were saying, like all the negative of nobody wants this. But then it became braver sharing those conversations as I realized that they just didn't know what they were missing, that the publishers and agents didn't know what they were missing. But the community, when I'd speak with them, when I'd talk with them, there was this passion and this need. And so, I think that passion that Jess and I carried was really fueled by the community and the mom, this archetypal mom that we created the book for. And we didn't, Jess's practice and my experience are informed. Jess has worked with many Olympians, but she's also worked with moms of like every activity level. We really designed the book for the average mom out there. Just, it's not because, and Jess describes this better than me, but like in pregnancy, finding that middle ground of kind of what is healthy, what is recommended, and how you can, by being active, not just increase the likelihood of better outcomes for you as a mom, lower likelihood of gestational diabetes and, less likelihood of having a cesarean delivery, but it's also better for the baby, placental growth and muscle tone and, so many things. The list goes on and on. And so I think it was in the dark moments, it was each other and then the community that just kept that passion, that flicker alive to get to this point.
Yeah, and I would talk to clinicians. You look at our healthcare system, like there's a shortage of doctors, OBs are overrun. You go to your doctor's visit and it's like, you can only talk to me about one thing. I had this happen when I went on Friday. It's like, well, you can't talk about that because this is your wellness visit because they don't have time. And PT, it's the same way. Somebody comes in for low back pain when they're pregnant, and I have to treat that low back pain when they're pregnant, and I don't have time to give them the 288 pages of just general information that you want to spew at them. So you'd be trying to say all this stuff. So we really created it with clinicians in mind too, where now patients can get great info. You can know the basics. And when you go to those doctor visits, now you can focus on, the physiologic markers and the things that doctors need to check to make sure mom and baby are both safe. And so it really is going to help kind of level up the medical field as well in terms of they can focus on the important stuff.
You guys are really nice because I'm telling you, if I was a PT and then Shannon, I know that you're really involved in the community doing various like live streams and just different things like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was a PT, I would treat you for whatever. I would tell you to read the book, and then I would make you schedule a follow-up appointment so you could tell me what the book said. Like, we gonna have a quiz. We're gonna have a pop quiz coming up in here. Shannon, I'll be quizzing the living daylights out of them people. I want to make sure you paid attention. What did I say on page 136? That's just kind of how I would roll, but that's why I'm not that important, and that's why I didn't write this book. But anyway, um, I'm curious, what did the both of you learn about yourselves, not just in the midst of writing this book, organizing this book, the dark days, the sunny days, but just the process? What are now that it's about to be released to the world and it's gonna and the truth is, man, if it helps one person, then it's a W. Because that means it helped one person not give up, and somebody else is going to help them not give up. But it also cuts misinformation. Um, because there's a lot of, people, whether it be in underprivileged communities that just don't have access to the proper information for the betterment of themselves. But that's neither here nor there. But what did you guys learn about yourselves in writing all this?
Well, I will say, I think when the idea of the book started in 2017, Jess and I we just met. But we had an instant connection. I knew I just loved her energy, her intelligence, her work ethic. But what's been really beautiful about this book creation process is there were hard moments and lots of no's and yet we just kept, as she was describing earlier, when I would be down, she would keep me encouraged and vice versa. And we never let the negatives like break us. It's hard to find a friend that you can also do a business project with that spans 9 years and career transitions on my part and all kinds of things. And so I think that, I've always said with athletes, like it's actually a wonderful way to learn, who you might be a good love match for or like a good friend with when you're in training, because you see them under stress. And when you see someone under stress, and also when you see someone through success, you get a really good sense of like who they are at their core. And I think this process tested us and gave me this beautiful glimpse of this wonderful woman. And I think I would say also as a Olympic athlete, it felt like a very solitary profession. And I was great at it. But by the end of my professional running career, I just felt so isolated and so kind of beat down, honestly, by the business of running. But creating this book and connecting with community, making a project that was for others, um, it really like helped me remember why I love running in the first place. And it's the people, it's the running community, and the people that make it up that just I'll never get tired of. And so, for me, that those were some of the really beautiful takeaways of this process.
And I'll piggyback on that. I always use this with my team, but I always say relationships, we divide griefs and we really celebrate our joys, right? And that's what Shannon and I have found. We've had times where our relationship has divided the griefs. It's one of us is having a tough time. We say, how can I help you this week? And I realize your plate is full. What can I do? And on the same time, we would celebrate those successes together. And that's just, that's something you don't find. And it's really, really just grown into being this beautiful friendship. And I can't wait to celebrate on the other side, especially when we get to hold it at our opening events together. But the other thing I think it's taught me is I am a visionary, I'm a creator. Whether I'm decorating my house or then I'm decorating for the holidays or now I'm, creating something new. That's how my clinic was born. I went from being a solo practitioner and now we have 15 practitioners in my clinic, over 50 to 60 employees. And it grew out of the vision of the same thing of like, if I can just create and do this, it doesn't really matter where it lands. It's the process that I really enjoy. And so I loved that process. I also learned I hate tedious work. Having to correct sentences. And oh man, there were some moments where those were not very, those are not my highest skills, which is where Shan steps in, and that's her strong suit. I mean, being an English major, so that's why we make such a good pairing.
Luckily, I'm OCD and I love crafting a sentence. So I would just like really get into a groove, refining and just like, trying to make this little book baby. Hopefully the most
sentences.
Go ahead.
And I said, you never make my grammatical sentences. So that's good. That's a big win.
So anyway, yeah, it was, I think we learned a lot along the way about each other, but it ended up being a really, hard process, but I look back at it and we've grown so much, and I think that conviction just never left. That initial spark just grew stronger each year that passed.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Just I'm coming to Portland. I'm gonna find something wrong with me, and we just gonna hang out. You and one of your, you said 15 practitioners. Yeah, we just
Yeah.
yeah we just all gonna hang out. Um,
I mean, San Francisco has good food too, guys. Don't forget.
I ain't
I
say I
don't
wasn't
know.
gonna come and
Portland
see
scene
you.
is like.
I didn't say I wasn't coming to San Fran. I had to see where the Queen of Genovia crashed that car in Princess Diaries. You know I'm coming to see a sister. Come on now.
Perfect.
So I got you. I got you. So let's kind of piggy off of this. Also, I have to say, when I first met the two of you, you couldn't tell me you just knew each other for 7 to 9 years. I thought y'all like went to school together.
We're
Or
soul
whatever.
sisters.
We're
That's
soul
why.
sisters.
Yeah, and let me say this: the both of them have such a unique swag about them. Like, and this is just my vantage point. And so if I'm off, y'all forgive a brother. Shannon, I've always noticed this, and I think I told you this, that she had a level of swag when she was competing that has carried over to her day-to-day life. Let me tell you something. Homegirl stepped into San Antonio with 24 karat magic gold shoes and was stunned on them haters in that showroom. I'm just trying to tell you right now. Just came in there chilling like the Beach Brothers, the Beach Boys with flip-flops on, and she took down the house. They was like, dang, who the heck is Laverne Shirley walking through here showing us up? And I was like, I need that kind of swag when I'm that young. Like I guess like dang, I just maxed myself out age-wise when it just comes to cool ability. And that's just crazy to me. So I'm telling you, they are like the coolest people you would meet in person. But
Yeah,
instead
but you were like our like TRE like shepherd. Like you took us through and opened like
Totally.
made I mean all the people listening who already love Dominique, like, not only is he cool and fun on his show, but like in person, he is a supreme gentleman and took it upon himself on a busy week to kind of like introduce us to his network. And I mean, it like,
Mhm.
it gets me, it gets me emotional because like these are the little acts that nobody has to do, but like they touch a person's heart and it makes such a difference. And to feel welcomed into a community and into a space that's new. It was
You-
it was really a special, like, I think once again that like our community is incredible. And I'm so in love with it.
and you
stop all that
leveled it
crying.
up.
All that
You
crying. We can't
leveled
do
it up.
crying on
It's
here.
like what you decided to do was take us under your wing, right? And it was like everywhere we turned, you were there, Dominique. It was awesome.
And
And
he knew
it just created
everybody.
and
He's like, hey,
it
come
just
on.
created the best moments. And I walked away from TRE just gleaming, and it was a huge part was because of you and what you made it for us. So we just are endearing to you, and thank you.
Yeah.
My mom's friend, he sends this message, and I'll just leave it here. He always says, "One love, one family." And that's how we operate. But before everybody start crying and everything, because my brother is allergic to two things: penicillin and emotions. Um, I I asked this question, I think to Shannon, what are three things that people don't know about you? I cannot ask that again, so I thought I'd be creative. And so in this segment, we're going to get a chance to know the author.
Mm.
So I'm going to pick a few things and I'm going to ask you, and just listen, you're the sister, so I'm not going to bring up pop culture things. Um, I am going to ask you a few different things and I want you to describe yourself using the items. Okay?
Mm. Okay.
Okay.
What running shoe or super shoe that's currently out describes your personality?
Oh. For both of us or just for Jess?
However you want to play this game,
I got mine. I'll go first. It's actually the marathon shoe I use, and maybe that's why. But the Adios Pro 4 is just the marathon shoe of all marathon shoes because it's super poppy, kind of like me. I like to just like be moving and grooving all the time. I always have an on switch and an off switch, but it's also super cushiony because I, on the other hand, love emotions. I'm super empathetic and I'm going to give you all the cush and hugs you need. And so, kind of the balance between emotions and working hard.
I would say that's a very accurate description of her.
Mhm.
And I cry a lot too, Dominique. Not going to lie. Lots of
Yeah.
tears.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay.
I'm a crier.
My
That's okay.
8-year-old, like when I'll cry at like some kid movie that I'm seeing with her in the theater, like, Mom, stop. You're embarrassing
My
me."
kids know in a movie, they'll look at me because they know the moments. They will literally be watching and they turn because they know that mom is crying.
Yo,
Yeah,
some of them kids movies
Times.
now, like the ones we grew up watching, that be getting me. I was
yeah,
watching Home Alone, and I was like,
yeah,
dang. Like at the end when he woke up on
yeah.
Christmas and he realized his mom wasn't coming home, I was like,
And then the old
dang.
guy, the scary looking old guy who's actually like sweet and he connects with his granddaughter who he hasn't seen in a while and
Yeah.
all those
Totally.
moments. My daughter will
Dang.
just like preemptively be like, do not cry. Not, don't. Okay.
Wonder. I cried 14 times in Wonder. If anybody wants to
She
like
counts
do a
them.
trial, see how many, see if you can beat my record. 14 times. Like Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson. Like, oh, the emotions in that one. It's a big
I
one.
I cried on Toy Story 3 when
Oh,
Andy Pat
everybody cried on Toy Story 3. When they
Andy
almost go into the incinerator, everyone's like,
Andy packed them toys up. I said, "You better open that chest before I punch you in your face. Don't do
yeah,
this to me,"
it
and
was
everything.
that was a traumatic movie for like adults and kids alike. Probably more so for the adults, but it all
Oh,
has a happy ending, thankfully.
yeah, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I still cried. Go ahead, Shannon. What shoe are you going with?
Gosh, the only like race I guess that I've done really since I stopped competing, or my only like road race was the New York City Marathon last year, and I wore the Alpha Flies, and uh, and so I guess that would be my shoe. But I would say I've always loved a shoe where I can um, like I used to be a dancer before I started running, and I love to be able to feel the ground and be agile. And so, when I was starting out running, I wore the Skylons, and then those got discontinued. So I wore the Nike Elites, which weren't as kind of slim. Now I'll wear or at least I was wearing the Peg Trails because they're a little bit firmer. I mean, I love the cush, and it definitely saves the legs on the longer stuff. But for me, I like to be able to kind of like just be agile in whatever I'm doing and feel the ground and really like just kind of be in it, I guess. I don't know.
All righty. So, Jess, let me ask you this: Are you familiar with wine? Do you have a good selection of
I'm
favorite?
from Oregon. You better know wines. And we're going to
Listen,
Napa Valley Marathon in a few weeks. So, yeah,
okay,
I'm familiar with wines.
okay. So, two different questions. So, Jess, I want you to tell me the glass of wine. If somebody's like, "Who is Jess?"
Hmm.
What glass of wine would describe it? And Shannon,
Hmm.
I want you to tell me the dance move
Oh boy.
that describes that. Now, I got answers for the both of you.
Oh, you
That's
have you have what you think the answer should be? Or your first.
well, I saw you dance.
Okay.
So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
we just happened to turn up a little bit.
a dance move.
And just you gotta give me that wine. I have a idea, but who?
Hmm.
Shannon, you go first, since just you
I
went.
go first. I mean, I don't even know if I have a like the only like dance moves that I can like think of in terms of like predetermined movements or like the Macarena, which I mean is fun, but like a little too formulaic. So feel like you just like get on the dance floor and you just feel the rhythm. I mean, I guess we could just say my dance move was some sort of like peppy Irish dancing thing, but I don't know. I'm curious, what would you say?
Just go first and then because I need to see if because there's actually I'm going between two.
Oh
Uh
boy,
so,
okay.
I
so
want to answer your dance move.
Okay,
go
answer
ahead,
my
go ahead.
dance move. What's my dance move?
And it relates to your personality, right?
I
Yeah.
guess so.
Right? So I heard one time, I don't know if I could ever find it, but Oprah said you should move one thing at a time, like move your head or move your shoulders or move your hips, but don't move all of them all at once. And I feel like that's you, Shan. You can
Oh yeah.
you can go into any, it doesn't matter what event we're going to, it doesn't matter what like room of people, and you're like, oh yeah, I know how to move my head because everybody's moving my head. Oh, now I know how to move my hips because everybody's moving their hips. Like
Wait.
you are the chameleon of all chameleons, and that's your
This
dance.
sounds I could so this is where I thought you were going. I thought you were about to say the hokey pokey. I was about to say
Oh,
shit
Oh
because
my
you
God.
I was like,
That makes
dang,
me seem so square though.
that's not my answer though.
Oh, okay. I
No,
like
but
the chameleon. I like that, Jess. I'll take that. I
no,
mean, that's quite the compliment.
but you're not gonna know this dance. But just as you described it, I'm like, dang, we doing the hokey pokey? Because it's just like put your right foot here, put your right, and you shake it all about. I'm like, dang, okay, that's gonna be your nickname. I'm gonna change it in the phone, Shannon Hokey Pokey Rowbury.
Shannon hokey pokey.
Hashtag HP. But you don't know this dance, but it's the Mississippi Cha-Cha Slide.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
The reason being, it's sweet and savory because
Oh,
there's a slow kind of vibe. They slow it down, but then they bam, then they kind of get into it, and I feel like that is you
okay.
because every now like one of the sweet two of the sweetest people you ever meet. But when that fire come out, what Big Sean said, somebody call 911, shorty fire burning on the dance floor, a whoa whoa. That's the one I'm going with. Um,
Okay. Thanks, guys. I really
we're gonna
appreciate
learn how
it.
to do this dance, and when we meet up in Portland and San Fran, we're lighting
listen,
up the dance floor.
we need to
There
have a
we
cook.
go.
We're gonna have a party. So I'm gonna be the DJ. And listen, I hope everybody stretches. Well, honestly, if you cannot dance and you try to do the dances that we're doing, the good news is Jess is a world-class PT. So it's just more
Oh,
business for
true.
her. So it's just
I'll
more
show.
business for her. Yeah. So don't dance so she can get more. I'm just kidding. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Anyway, what wine are you going with?
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with the Sauvignon Blanc
Okay.
because
Oh.
I'm sweet, but also like I have to be a leader and I run a
Mm.
business and I have to like I'm not too sweet. So I feel like I'm kind of like middle of the road, but still like to be light and fresh. And I'm
Hmm.
46, but I still like to pretend I'm 18 or 20. And so I'd say Sauvignon Blanc.
I was gonna say like a Zinfandel or something. Also, chameleon that can connect with it in terms of like meeting anybody where they're at authentically, but like jammy and big and like but with a smoothness as well, like on the finish and
And an
um
old fine staple, right?
I could see that as well for Miss Jess.
Okay.
So,
I was gonna say Moscato because
oh,
it's very
very sweet.
versatile. It's very
Mm.
sweet, but you could cook with it too and everything.
Right.
You know,
Oh.
y'all ever had some short rib with that Moscato in there before you put the
Oh.
beef broth? Listen,
What are
No.
you? What wine are you and what dance move are you?
I'm gonna
Dun,
let
dun,
you
Ooh.
guys.
dun.
I'm gonna let you guys answer that.
Okay.
Mm.
You didn't drink much when we were at TRE and I would have like a beer or a glass of wine, like you like,
Because you were going home. I had to work.
oh,
That's the
true,
only reason I
yeah,
didn't
like
drink. I did drink at the RIDC party.
trying to think of
I would call you a prosciutto.
oh.
Bubbly, fun, like
Oh. A
everybody
prosecco?
loves a great
A
what?
prosecco, you said?
Or Prosecco, yeah.
I thought you said
like,
prosciutto. I was like,
I
prosciutto?
did.
Like, dang, the brother's bread now? Bread?
I was thinking of what's in my fridge.
I
You
like
can tell I'm
that.
hungry.
That's
I didn't have
fun.
lunch yet.
I think any of us
Listen,
could be like a
A
little
good
bubbly.
Prosecco. Yep.
Yeah.
that is not what I thought you said. I was like, is this a cross between bruschetta and prosciutto? Like, dang, okay. I'm
Prosciutto.
cool. I'm cool with that too.
Yummy.
I'm cool with
Food on
that
the
too.
brain.
Obviously, I
Um,
don't branch out my drinking very much, huh?
that's okay because
I
we're about that business. Go ahead.
yeah, I could see if it had to be a wine, like I mean you're like smooth but like quirky and like sweet and kind. Um hmm, complex, maybe like a port or something like that. And then for the dance move, I mean, you said you hurt yourself with the stanky leg, so I just like can't get that out of my brain. So
That's if I'm the stanky leg, that's not good. That means
no, no, but I also hurt my knee doing the stanky leg once. It's you just can't help
listen.
yourself once the rhythm hits. So
The IT
um
band was flaring up. I was like, "Ooh, what is this burning sensation along the side of my leg?" I was like, "It's the it band." Um, but
You needed the PT to be there.
I did, but you left us, and I understand
I
why.
know. We had patients to treat the next day.
Yeah. I say this before we move on. The drink that I drank, and it's actually come to be one of my favorite drinks, is a tequila sunrise.
oh,
That's what I had at the RIDC party.
okay.
Um, so I'm just glad that you guys gave me those instead of like an IPA. That's what all the haters are. Y'all are just some Samuel Adams IPA looking acting people. That's what we did the Heisman to. They're the ones that drink their beer warm, or they put ice water in their beer, or they season their chicken with ice water and call it a marinade. That's demonic, and we don't do that. Um,
Oh.
uh, so I want to ask this question, and then you guys could fire a couple at me, and then we're gonna get up on out of here in our brief time. Answer this to the best of your ability. What does it mean to be strong as a mother?
Oh. Hmm. I mean,
I'm,
yeah,
oh,
no, you go, Jess.
I actually just reflected on this on a run, and I think that's been like both of us our story for a long time in terms of being strong as a mother. Like my mom had me at 17, and she proved to me that she was strong as a mother. Right, raised me in love and just endeared all of her efforts around me. And my dad taught me to like fillet a fish and back a trailer up, and girls can change a tire and learn how to change your oil. Like gender doesn't mean that you can't do those things. And then, in high school and college, like my running career, I had a cardiac issue that, changed the course of that. And it taught me now to be strong as a mother running as I'm in my 40s. And, pregnancy, there's definitely challenges in there. So I would just say strong as a mother is like meeting every season, because every season's going to have some hard moments, and rising up above them. I think that's what strong as a mother means to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's hard to follow on that. I agree. Like exclamation point. What could I add? I think, you know, I think my athletic career showed what it is to be strong as a woman. But being like becoming a mother gave me a conviction, um, whether it was to kind of stand up for myself or stand up for, my daughter or the other people who maybe um didn't have those same resources, right? Like creating our book because I knew I was privileged to have access to someone like Jess, but not everybody had that. Or creating the first maternity policy for United States sports NGB because it was terrifying to face losing my health insurance. And, maybe I was strong enough to just barely survive that battle, but why do we even have to face it in the first place? I think like becoming a mother made me stronger in kind of my convictions and my belief of and how important it is to continue to pay it forward, because I love the quote, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Every opportunity I had was the gift of someone before me who paved that road. And I believe we were put on this earth to leave it better than when we came, and and showing up and putting out there things that make it better um, should be our purpose. Not everybody takes on that that responsibility, but I believe they should. And so, um, yeah, I think strong mothers, they do things for others and they juggle along the way. But but they know it's for something special.
Dang, that was deep from the both of y'all. Oh my gosh. That's nice. Jeez, Lord have mercy. Um,
We're trying to evoke tears in you.
Yeah.
you ain't invoke no
We're
tears
just
in
trying to see
me.
if we can get you to cry.
I mean, I got chills, and it ain't because it's cold outside. I got a sweater on and everything like that. I will say this: I'm not a mother, nor will I ever be one. My mom, well, is a single parent. It's been like that since day one. And I've seen the challenges more than just the things we've had to endure since birth till now, me being an old man. Um, and it's amazing just to see the strength that women have and the resiliency that comes from it. I will say, for the two of you, this book, you could just I haven't read it yet, um, nor has a lot of people yet, but it just has a feeling of it's gonna catch fire in the right way from the standpoint. Not, I do believe it's gonna do amazing things, but it's gonna be the best way to put it. There's somebody out there that is praying for a resource because they're on the verge of giving up. And now they have something from two strong, incredible women that says, listen, not only do you have not need to give up, but we can walk with you every step of the way. This book is like a hand that will hold you and guide you through kind of the roughest parts, through the valley experience, so that when you come out, you can share it with somebody else and you can share the wisdom and the guidance and the knowledge with somebody else. Change the perception, invoke change. We always say be the change you want to see. And I feel like this book is the change that we need to see and that it's going to do great things in this world. Before we get out of here, I said y'all could ask me some questions, which I'm not looking forward to because I'm scared. Um, because I don't know what's going to be asked. So go on, go ahead, do what you got to do.
Hmm. I got one. We're only 19 days in. It's January. Do you set resolutions? And if you
I
did, are you 19 days in on your resolution?
I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe in New Year's plans. So if you plan and you don't get to it, you can plan to do it again next year.
Beautiful. Can you
So,
share your plan with us?
nope, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Well,
You
I
just show the
actually,
results when it happens, right?
well, no. So, Jess Hoffheimer, she got me to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100 days of something. So mine was 100 days. The PT will love this. Physical therapists will love this. It's 100 days of intentional movement.
I like it.
Um, and it's not that I don't run or exercise, but sometimes you just do it out of necessity. And well, I do it because I'm training for a race. But also, I want the mobility aspect is key because not a lot of people stretch before. Well, I stretch before, but not after because I'm tired. So it's just being intentional about things, intentional mobility. So doing exercises at night, various stretches to ease some of the inflammation, the aches, So that is what I'm doing. I'm like 6 days in, 5 days in, something like that. Still going strong. So yes, that's mine. I hope that answers the question as poorly as that was answered. I apologize.
I love it. Of
I
course,
know.
the PT loves the 100 days of movement. You better be texting us the day you hit your 100th day. We're going to celebrate.
Okay. I'm gonna celebrate by not doing. I'm just kidding. No, I'll
Yeah.
keep it. I'll
101, you want to sit on the couch.
We'll go on a virtual walk together.
Yeah.
that would be fun. Okay, I'll text you on the 100th day. It's been hard, but we making it. We making it.
My question for you, you created lactic acid. You, you know, like us in our journey to create strong as a mother, you've shared it hasn't always been easy, and you've had your own naysayers along the way. But I would love to whatever degree you're willing to share, like what your vision is of where you want to kind of go with this, like with your career, kind of manifesting what it is you want, putting it out in the world. And I would say like, and ways that we or listeners can help you, like where you need support.
Oh man, God, when did this turn into Dr. Phil?
Hey, you opened it up to
I,
us to
I
these
know
moms
that's.
right here, so we're momming you because we love you.
I know I love you guys too, but I'm scared. Where do we want to go? So there's one part that I won't share. Actually, Shannon, I think I shared it with you.
You share only what you feel like sharing in this moment,
That's
but
fair, but
it's
I
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's just a chance to like put it out in the ether, and like let's start making it
okay.
happen.
Well, I think when we had lunch or something, I shared one part with you. So, um, a lot of people have to rise to the level of coolness that these two offer before that gets shared to the world. Or more so, like you said, Jess, is when it happens, just know, what's that little quote on meme on Instagram? Like, when I make it, I won't tell anybody, but there will be signs, or whatever the case might be. I always say my sign is, when I go to Five Guys and I get the double cheeseburger with the large fries and everything, that's gonna be mine.
For the entire Five Guys, for everybody in Five Guys, that's really gonna be the sign.
No,
Treat
they
the whole
just
Totally.
restaurant.
no, they getting free peanuts like like they have. Five Guys is expensive. I ain't eaten Five Guys in 15 years. I was knee high to a grasshopper. But I think with lactic acid, I think this is really making me think. I think the biggest thing is continued growth. So if y'all out there listening, I say the best way is to like,
Mhm,
subscribe, share. The main page is Instagram. Follow on Instagram. We've been stuck under 1,000 for too long. So
mhm.
if we could reach the 1K mark, that would be amazing. Obviously, if you like what you're listening to, leave the review on Apple, Spotify, whatever. But I think with the podcast, it's just kind of be more intentional about what we're doing. Do, I love interviewing guests. But everybody's the same to me. Like if I had Usain Bolt on, I would hold him to the same esteem that I hold it to of you. I don't believe in respect or power. Like somebody is better than the other. That's just not cool. So I think we want to expand from the standpoint of going to more events like the money event.
Mhm.
Obviously, going to more track meets. And so organic growth, that's a generic answer. But the reason I answer it like that, Shannon, to be honest with you, I had to learn this lesson when I was younger. Sometimes I'm learning to kind of let go of certain things where there's uncertainty
Mhm.
and be surprised by the process, especially when you're doing the process the right way. Because I think there is the end goal, but I can't dictate how everything looks from like the end goal between now and the end goal. And if you continue to do what you're supposed to do, then you will enjoy all these blessings and all these lessons and the people. Like if I did not, I just kind of look, if I quit my job covering college football to launch Lactic Acid and had to get a part-time job selling shoes here in Orlando. And if that not did not happen, then I wouldn't have gone to this little fellowship program and then wouldn't have started covering like pre and some of the big meets. If that didn't happen, then somebody would have said, hey, you should think about covering the running event because it's really cool. And if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have been in Texas. And the first people I saw when I got there were Shannon and Jess, and if that didn't happen, we wouldn't be talking. So, from that standpoint, and we wouldn't be besties because I love these people like they're my sisters, and everything, and I truly appreciate them. So, that's my long-winded answer to that question.
I
Um,
love that idea of you getting out there more because I see you in when I saw you at that event and the way that the people that you've communicated with, whether it was in person in the past or in preparation for the running event, and the genuine connections that you had, it was a beautiful thing. And I think I've shared this with you offline, but we need more storytellers with different perspectives, uh, just highlighting the diversity of our running community. And you can't storytell around diversity if it's just one lens that you're telling it through. Um, so thank you for sharing where you want to be. Organic growth people. So if you want to support Dominique, like and subscribe and follow and share. And it's hard to be a creator, but if you love it, if you show that love.
And I
y'all
think
need to listen.
organic
Yeah,
growth
go, go.
is your mantra because organic growth, you are one of the most organic people to know. And anybody who's going to sit in a room with you is going to have an instant conversation. I mean, I can't believe how organic conversations would be in a lot of those platforms. And we need that. We need that in all levels.
Thanks, besties. Oh man, you're so kind. Well, listen, this is about you, and as we're about to head off, in 2 sentences, tell them why they should buy y'all's book and tell them where and when they could buy it.
Mm.
Now, the where and when is a
I'll
different
say
sentence, but you got 2 sentences for both.
your pregnant body is capable of more than you think.
Hmm. Um,
I need to pass around the offering plate. I felt a chill on that. That
yeah,
was,
it's
ooh,
true.
oh man.
Like I'm trying to think of an eloquent way in a sentence to essentially say, um, let's show them what mothers deserve. And that leads into, you can find our book. Pre-sales are so important, for those rankings and for kind of showing the publishing industry whether these types of books are warranted and wanted and needed. Um, we're available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, your local bookstores. Our publisher is Sasquatch. It's through Penguin Random House. You can find our book anywhere. We're told
Okay.
that pre-sales on Amazon, each purchase counts like for 3 in our benefit, like for showing the value of the book. So if you have any willingness to pre-buy the book, please, it would mean so much. And then when the sale comes out, come find us.
And I would say if you're a pregnant mom, don't forget to put this on your baby registry. You're on Amazon creating a baby registry, put the book in there, put some weights in there and the exercise stuff you want. And it's also available on Target. So, Target baby registry, here we come. So it's a great present for moms.
And be sure they have their own, obviously follow Shannon and follow Jess on their individual social media sites, specifically the Gram. But there also is an account for the book too. So please be sure to follow that. All of that will be posted in the show notes of Lactic Acid, as well as the link where you can get the book. Is something you need to order because it is lit. And listen, if you are a hater, I'll tell you, from Lactic Acid, I'll give you 20% off. Matter of fact, let me make it big. I'm gonna buy it all. I'm gonna send a copy to all the haters, and we're gonna have a meeting over at Church's Chicken or something like that, and we're gonna discuss, and we're gonna have a roundabout table that is going to be an apologetic symphony. It's just gonna be like the Grinch after he returned all them toys at Whoville and everything. Shannon, just appreciate y'all. You guys are the best. Y'all by Strong as a Mother coming out, and they are coming to a city near you. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We'll catch you next time.